Hi Virgo, welcome back to Elements Tarot. Happy October. So, just a couple of words before we start your read. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the station and the videos. I truly, truly appreciate it. If this reading resonates for you, awesome. Please do give it a thumbs up. And if it doesn't resonate for you, then you know what, as I always say, kick it to the curb, because I may not be the reader for you this month, but I am the reader for me, okay? I am still honoring, I am shooting this video on, what's today, Friday, December 28th. I am still honoring the dollars for minutes. I have extended that until the end of her. So if you want a reading with me, I'll put my email and the contact information down below. And I am in Massachusetts. I will be reading for Haunted Happenings in Salem, Massachusetts for the month of Earth. If you are close by, I'd love to meet you. I'd love to read you. So come in and visit myself and the staff at Pyramid Books. It'd be great to see some of my subscribers and meet you guys. Okay, so what do we need to know for Virgo for the month of 18? Alright, so what I just got in head, because I read intuitively as well, the tarot are tools, but I get impressions, I see, I hear, so yeah, and any communication that comes through, I get goosebumps on the left side to progress, like this is what we need to talk about. Even though you're not sitting in front of me right now, today, I do connect with so many different energies through meditation once I start reading, okay? So here we go. What are the messages for Virgo that they need to know about for the month of... Okay, Knight of Cups. So here's a beautiful energy, all right? Could be Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio that you are currently dealing with. This person knows what they want, goes after love. They are pure, they are poetic. They run right into love, giving you their cup, what they have to offer, their heart. Okay, this is a beautiful, beautiful energy to start with. What else do Virgos need to know for the month of? Wow. Okay, so somebody can most definitely be controlling a situation. This energy here is definitely a very authoritative or strict or militant energy. It's the God or father-like card, okay? Yeah, I just keep on hearing controlling a situation, very strict on issues, whatever this be. And I'm just getting, is somebody not allowing you moving forward with somebody else? You know, that could be a message for somebody specific. Oh, okay, so card flew out. What is it? Alright, yeah. Seven of Wands. I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry. Can't read today. Seven of Swords. So in the past, you could have been hurt by this person, this energy that was very controlling, that stood in between you and somebody else that was loving. You could be dealing with a fire sign in Aries. Energies can switch though, because energies, as we all know, are fluid. You know, but the worst has been done to you and it's over. Remember how I say coming out of heartbreak? Okay? When we first started without a card on the deck. So you could have been hurt. The worst has been done to you, but it's over. You know, the sun will always shine. There will always be a new day. You know, and this is just a difficult energy. All right, it's cut over, but I'm not taking because they did not fall. So what else does the Virgo need to know about for the month of Virgo? Yeah. So you have two directions here that you need to really think about going. There is a brand new start. You could be looking at the world in front of you and saying, how do I go forward now? Where do I, almost to some people, you know, where do I belong? You know, you're waiting for your ships to come in. And there is some work to do, you know. And the question here is, do you travel the path least taken, or do you travel on the easy, well-traveled road? And it could be for some other people that this water sign here, the caring, loving, honest person, was very authoritative and very strict and previously hurt you. Now you are on a brand new path. Oh no. Yeah, and you know what? That's a little 5-pound Yorkie behind me. And, you know, it's funny how it happens, but he was yakking when I was talking about, you know, somebody being very controlling around you, you know, and who has hurt you in the past. Now, you know, there's a situation where you have the opportunity to move forward for you, okay, but you're still stuck. You're not moving. Like fire, you know, 2 of Wands. This is a fire energy. Wands are fire, and fire wants to move quickly, but there is a sense where you are still stuck to where you currently are. All right, but you're looking at the world in front of you, wanting to just progress, and you're at a crossroads. Choose wisely, Virgos. For somebody, do you want to come back home? Or do you want to go back home? While there is a brand new adventure ahead of you, those are the 2 areas that you really need to delve in and choose wisely. What else do we need to know for Virgos for the month of October? Yeah. So here, 8 of Swords. You know, you could have not seen everything that was being played out, or you're feeling like you're all locked up in your head, feeling as though that you've been in your self-imposed prison. But you know what though? If you're in prison, you have a choice between 2. Do you stay condemned, or are you free? You always have a choice. Life is about choices, and that is up to you. You know, you can be calling out for help in order to get yourself out of this situation, but ultimately it's you who presides over your own life. Okay? Nobody is holding you, binding you up, you know? It's your thoughts, it's your words, it's life's lessons. It's all about your thought, okay? You have the progression here in order to move. A brand new start is what I'm hearing after something that was so heavy and dark and possibly, wow, manipulating. I'm not going to take them because they're not face up, and there's 2 cards that fell out. All right, so what else do we need to know for Virgos? Yeah. 5 of Pentacles. You know, something could have ended where, you know, finances are challenging now. You feel as though that you've been left out in the cold. You feel like you've been left out in the cold, but you don't walk it alone. Okay? You don't walk it alone. You know, it could have been this emperor-like energy that you're dealing with. Could have been a water sign, or an Aries, a fire sign. And, you know, finances now, if there was a divorce, granted, I do not see that here. Okay? But if there was a divorce, or if you were coupled and then somebody left a dwelling, you know, you felt like you're on the outside because you couldn't keep this dwelling that you were living in because of finances. You know, there could be a loss of monies, either in a divorce, or now it's just you going forward, you know, possibly going home to regroup. Home is, here for some, far away, far away. Yes. Here we are. You're showing up. The Hermit, Virgo. You are the Hermit. You know, it takes additional knowledge. You know, knowledge is power going forth. And it's funny because this Hermit here is facing towards the future. It's not looking back. You know, you are illuminating your own path for you going forward. And that is exactly what I see here. Lighting a new path, leaving everything behind you, all of the hurts, all of the challenges, and, you know, the ideological dreams. I don't know what that means. You know, these are just words to me, but for people out there, it will resonate, okay? So, you are lighting a brand new path for yourself, and you can never get lost on this path. Okay. You are wise. You are knowledgeable. There is wisdom now behind you. as this man stands here with his illumination of his lantern. The light within the hermit's lantern is the star. What else do we need to know for Virgo? So you could have been dealing with a fire sign, somebody who was controlling, somebody who was bossy, somebody who was the individual that made you have to leave your own home, and they get what they want. But there is kind words. There are people that care about you deeply. There are offerings of love going forward. But I don't know, and it's a small offer. I don't think that you're ready for something deep, because you're still getting yourself out of your own head. You know, you're still coming out of this loss and financial loss possibly, and feeling like you are alone and nobody understands what you have gone through. But you don't have too much to offer right now. Either you or somebody else close to you has just a little bit, possibly starting off as friends, but there are loving words here. And this page is looking towards the future. This page is not looking towards the past. So there are new offers. You still have to heal over this controlling energy. Again, you could be dealing with, I have everybody just about on the board here. I have Aries, I have a fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. I have Earth, I have yourself, Virgo, you made your presence. I also have air. What's the last card that Virgos know about? What do my Virgos need to know? So you, Virgo, and this is great, you are moving in a passionate new direction where you are going to get messages, possibly of work. You are going to get messages from possibly people that want to have more conversations with you. But there are messages coming in, okay? And the reason why I say friends that are going to give you messages, because this page of wands here, everything is falling quickly. This page of wands here is looking directly at this 8 of swords and wanting to help get you out of it. But you know, you can hear other people's words, but you are the one to do the work. You are the one to make yourself come out of this state. And this is what's crowning you. You know, feeling like you can't move, like you're bound, you're tied, you can't see things for what they are. What's the last card from Virgos? What's the last thing that they need to? Yeah, perfect. The Temperance, Major Arcana, patience. Learn to have patience. I know you guys are so steadfast and have such the best personality. And when you're true in a relationship, you're true, you know, but you want to heal, you want to overcome this situation that you have been dealing with so many different situations going on and challenges, but you are coming out. But you know, everything in moderation. Have faith, believe in yourself, okay? And the biggest thing, have balance going forward, right? You know, patience, as they say, is a virtue, and it's very difficult sometimes to walk through, you know, the fire and ultimately have patience for a situation that's challenging. You know, you don't want to feel what you're feeling. You don't want to feel the hurt. Bottom of the deck, devil-like energy, sign of Capricorn. You know, somebody could have been lighting fires and just pushed you over the limit. So, Virgo, for the month of have faith, go within. If you don't meditate, start. All right, if there's too much going on in your head, even for 5 minutes, it's good to meditate. If words come in really quickly and say, this is almost impossible for me to do, then you know what, see those words in a bubble in your mind's eye. Put those words, put those thoughts, put that person in a bubble. See a breeze coming by and floating away. More words come into your head where you can't focus on your breath, so you can't get centered. Do it again. Put the negative thoughts in a bubble and see it float away. Until you work at it. Meditation takes work. It is not easy because our minds never stop. Okay, so you could always still be thinking about the hurt and the pain in the past. Listen, that's over. You're moving new. You're shedding your light on something brand new. A brand new path for yourself. okay? And there are offerings of friendship and love and people that really do care about you. Going forward, don't look back to the past, because what you're doing is bringing your past into your future, all right? So, Virgo, have patience. Everything will work itself out, okay? I love you guys. If this reading did resonate with you, take what does resonate, give me a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you guys later. I wish you the very best of October.